right, guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Abe and I are up here in Michigan. It is absolutely freezing. It's 33 degrees. It's snowing. But we were not going to give up the chance to be the first ones to drive the brand new Mustang Mach E. It's a first edition in grabber metallic blue. We are getting to get behind the wheel on the Autocross. We're going to go on a road drive. We're going to let you guys know what the all-electric brand new Mustang is all about. Abe, we're freezing. What do you say we hit the road?
Let's get rolling.
Woohoo! Get some of that.
We're rolling.
So guys, I see you smiling. You are the first anywhere from our press colleagues to drive. You're the first. So seeing you smile is making me smile under this.
This is the moment that people have been waiting for. And we're gonna hit it here. Broke tires loose a little bit. Brake. This is our first lap on this little autocross. We're in Michigan. It's snowing. Oh man, feels pretty good actually. Feel the back brake loose a little bit.
Yep.
This is our first little reconnaissance lap. Not bad, not bad. Now we'll give it the juice. Nail it. Pretty good pull. This thing is wicked, man.
It's holding the road.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
It is just dead wet out, and this thing had crazy grip. We were getting after it there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like the right amount of power you expect. The balance was good as far as, I felt a little bit of oversteer, which was actually kind of cool. Didn't really feel any understeer, which is what I expected. I have to say, I'm really impressed. I would buy one of these.
You're smiling.
That was really cool.
That was
I
cool.
felt like I was getting after it pretty good.
That's good. What do you think?
Wow. The balance is really nice.
Yeah.
As far as understeer, oversteer, the steering felt really nice. Turn-in was good. The tip-in throttle response was really nice.
Great.
It's better, way better
Oh my
than I
God,
expected it to
your
be.
smile was like, I was like, yay!
Yeah, that was really,
smiling.
and the grip level in the wet, oh my
Can I
God.
just say that, like, you're one of the first people to drive this car, so for the engineers to hear that is so cool.
Wow. The grip level, I mean,
I know, and you were pushing it.
oh yeah, I was getting after it.
There was no, no wasting time.
No.
This is the standard range.
Standard range, okay.
Rear-wheel drive.
Right.
So you will drive this afternoon, you'll drive the extended range all-wheel drive.
But when the GT comes out, it's going to have a more of a performance-based seat, I would think. And
Yeah, we'll tell you more about that December the 1st.
Okay.
But yeah.
yeah, we tried to get something out of her, but she wasn't having it.
So guys, I see you smiling. You are the first anywhere from our press colleagues to drive. You're the first. So seeing you smile is making me smile under this.
Well, all right, first impressions. The balance is really good. Understeer, oversteer. Steering inputs, very accurate. And it's dead wet out there, and it's cold too. It's 35 degrees, so this is like the worst possible conditions to try to go do any kind of autocross. So, and we pushed it pretty hard. It just grips. Even in the wet, I couldn't believe it. I expected the thing to just plow like a dump truck, and it, I braked, turned, and it just dug in and went. No, there was no choppiness of the front tires. They just kind of transitioned smooth. Got the back to slide out a little bit. Now, almost like immediately, almost before I could even counter steer, it brought itself back for me. And then the power is really great. It's right there. It's not overwhelming. Of course, everybody wants more power, but it's balanced nice for the vehicle. And it, like you said, it does feel car-like more than truck-like. Even the way the rake of the windshield and the way you look out over the hood, to me it feels very car-like. It doesn't feel as heavy as it is. Braking, we weren't going real fast, but the braking was really good. I wanted to go on a longer track and go faster.
Thank you. Now, we said the team that tuned this car is the Mustang team.
Right.
So all do it together, and we put this thing on our racing simulator before we had the hardware, and this thing is state of the art. It can adjust minor parts of the vehicle design, weight, movement, everything. And we realised that the battery's so stiff in the middle that you have to stiffen the subframes more. And a stiff chassis is the best thing you always want, right? But we had to go much stiffer on the subframes. In fact, we actually used the GT subframes. We put them on everything in the end because they were so good. So we did that, and that gives you more control. And with the liftgate's plastic. And then one reason for that as well is to get that weight balance. So that balance is what gives you that.
The first thing I noticed is that it just felt really balanced. It's wet out, so and it's got good torque. So coming like off the corner, it did oversteer a little bit, but it wasn't like out of control or anything. But front to back, you could feel that it's not plowing, it's not real super nose heavy. I'm like, we were both just like giant smiles, like holy crap.
The balance plus the control you get of the wheels with the electric system, you can control much more precisely than gas. Right. And how instantly the torque comes in. I mean, 0.1/10 of a second, the torque's coming in. You can just do anything you want. It flatters the driver. No gearing at all, so it's always there when you want it. You get exactly what you want within 1/10 of a second every time. Did you feel it yawing? Because I love the way you turn in and go.
Yeah, it yawed. It rotates very quickly. It rotates very quickly, and we got the tires to break loose. Oversteer. I really didn't get them to break loose understeer, but of course, it's wet out, so we weren't really going.
Oh, well, you can
for the gusto.
You can push the limit on oversteer whenever you want to. Just go, and it's very controlled though. So when you've got the ESC system on, it's very well controlled. So you can do it anytime you want. Just go, and it strains it. I love the.
Can you reduce the nanny on that, where you can get it to power slide?
Yeah, you can. You can turn it off and get more. I love the all-wheel drive. It's got the extra power, but we bias it back, so you get the same yaw. And my favourite manoeuvre in that car is every time I take a right turn, I just plant it, and it's slightly over yaws, but it doesn't. It squeals, but it doesn't break. And my kids sat in the back, they're always, please, do that. So yeah, that's my favourite manoeuvre in the car.
All three of us drove it, and all three of us were smiling. So
yeah, I really wanted. You're the first in the world. Dying, and you're also enthusiasts of Mustang, so dying to get your impression. I'm hoping I could still see a smile underneath these masks, but I can see the eyes already. So that means a lot to us. That means a lot. It's our dynamics team and the Mustang team are the ones that tune that. So they're the ones that get the credit for that.
Nice. And Ford has handed us the key, actually, a phone.
That's the key.
That's the key to a brand new Mustang Mach E. We're in the extended range, all-wheel drive model right now that has, correct me if I'm wrong, Gabe, 346 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque.
Correct.
And my first takeaways are that it's incredibly comfortable, which you would expect.
It's quiet.
It's quiet, but not too quiet. Like to still hear road noise.
Be in the right lane.
We got navigation going. We've got the screen right here. I've got a nice driver screen. I've adjusted my steering, the seats. We're gonna put this thing down here in a minute.
Turn right at the traffic light.
And we'll see what kind of power she's got, see how it feels.
A lot of interesting features. I love the color of this thing.
As you press the throttle, you get the power you want. I barely touched the throttle there, and we're like 0 to 50, just getting up to speed. And we're just getting used to the vehicle. We're in one touch, or one pedal mode, I should say now. So as I lift my foot off the throttle, it automatically brakes. It's a feature that takes a little getting used to, but it's actually kind of nice. And that's something that's probably really nice in traffic. I love the view out of the windshield. It's almost, I would say it's more car-like than SUV-like, would you say?
And this roof is unbelievable.
I don't know if you can see this giant panoramic roof. It's really, really nice. All the touch points are soft. I would say it's a very classy vehicle.
The blue stitching, which is called Black Performance Active Blue, with active blue stitching.
Oh, nice. And it's Grabber Blue Metallic?
Yes, it is Grabber Blue Metallic.
Oh, very nice.
Which is a classic Mustang color.
Exactly, so the little Mustang touch right there. And I know a lot of you guys, it's not a Mustang, and it does
Wait
have
till you drive it.
5 doors, but no, it is the roads are soaking wet. We got to be careful here, but I'm still gonna
slippery.
I'm gonna put the throttle down. All right. So we haven't floored this model. So here we go. Ready? It's just linear. Ooh. Closing in on the guy in front of us there a little bit.
A little quicker than you thought. And there's all different modes too. So right now it's on, what is this mode called?
We're in whisper mode.
Whisper mode.
Right?
And then there's unbridled.
I think we like unbridled, right? Let's switch over to unbridled and see what that's all about.
Because, yeah, all the controls and everything changes over to this unbridled.
Yep. Now, according to the engineers, no matter what mode you're in, at wide open throttle, you get the same power. But the way the power comes on is completely different based on the mode you're in. If you've driven a Ford with the different driving modes like snow and mud, or in a GT500 or a Raptor, right, then you're used to having a different actually pedal feel. So depending on what you command as a driver, as far as quarter throttle, half throttle, you might not really be getting half throttle. You might be getting an eighth of a throttle for wet conditions. With the electric motors on the Mach E, the engineers can really dial that in. So the different modes make a huge difference in how the vehicle reacts when you go to throttle or when you come off throttle even. Some of the features that you may be accustomed to if you're a current Ford owner, the hockey puck style shift selector is right where you want it to be, right here. They've simplified the dash, so it's a completely, the way you interact with the vehicle, and we'll get into some of that later, with how your phone and as a driver or even a passenger, how you interact with the vehicle is quite a bit different than what you may be used to. Even everything from the way the doors open and close, all the way until things that you can input in with your smartphone, such as addresses and music and things. So one of the things you guys will want to know right out of the gate is this thing fast? Because if it's not fast,
what's the point?
What's the point? And I think Ford has done a great job with the power to give drivers an experience that is exciting, it's fun, it's comfortable. Abe, you got the 0 to 60 numbers, right?
0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. Now, I'm interested to see what this thing does at the track, but that's another day.
So that's the model we're driving now, the all-wheel drive extended range.
Extended range, all-wheel drive, 4.8 seconds.
So like 40 mile an hour kick down, which in a regular car, even with an automatic, say, you'd kick down, especially at 10 speed, maybe 2 or 3 gears when you punch it. The cool thing about the electric motors is
no gears here.
There's no gears here. You just nail it and go. So let's see what that's all about with 40 mile an hour curve here. And even in the wet, it's snowing, so we gotta kind of be careful, but we'll just drop the hammer here at 50. And it's just starting to pull. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's got me giggling.
It's weird though, because it doesn't, it doesn't make that kick down noise it used to.
And it's instant. It's, there's no lag of any kind. It just goes.
Yeah, we're getting quite a bit of accumulation of snow here. I wonder if our flights later are going to be canceled. We might be stuck here in Michigan.
We'll have to take this back to Florida.
Nothing wrong with that.
Drive off to some other space. You could call it compulsion, a craving constant propulsion. That's how